So I'm Nicola, and I'm the curator for the Art for Action project, which is happening at the MAC at the end of April. And what attracted me to the project was that it was working to engage young people with the issues that are happening today, such as malaria and poverty.
My name is Aminder Singh, and I was asked to be one of the judges in the Art for Action campaign. I was also asked to create an auction piece, which would be based on my teachings, but around malaria and what it sort of meant to me in terms of helping people who were in need. And this piece was pretty much showing that, and from a Sikhi point of view, the teachings of our gurus, what it means to help other people and put them before us. That was sort of the main idea of the piece.
Well, I think the first thing I would feel about it is that the standard was incredibly high, and that made it very difficult to judge. And of course, because all of the judges were coming from a different perspective, that made it difficult rather, because we all had different criteria in a way by which we were judging them. From my point of view, I'm not an artist. My perspective is what message is it conveying about people with malaria, how it can be prevented, what needs to be done to ensure that people who have malaria are treated. And many of the exhibits that we saw were very insightful, and clearly the young people who'd painted it or drawn it had given it a great deal of thought. It wasn't something that they'd done quickly.
I actually enjoy being part of this kind of judging process when it comes to kind of art competitions. I think it's refreshing to see in one place all these entries of people who have submitted their work with such hope, you know, that their work gets seen and their work is kind of appreciated. And just seeing that kind of diversity of different expressions in one place, it's really encouraging. In fact, it makes you kind of realise that people are actually crying out to express themselves. So I actually get a lot out of the process of seeing the entries that come through, and it's amazing the kind of the breadth and the kind of diversity of works, if you like. So, you know, I think it's, competitions are always, I think it's always good for people that, you know, people are competing. Competition is something that makes us want to try and strive to be better, and there's no harm in that. In fact, there's good in that you striving to be better at what you do, you know, and trying to constantly develop and push yourself rather than be kind of comfortable with where you're at. That healthy kind of competition is something which is to be encouraged, I think, and there should be more of these types of things.
I'm inspired by some teaching that Jesus said to love him and love your neighbour as yourself. So this sense of wanting to be at the same time loving God and also loving those around me. I want them to be treated like I'd like to be treated, this sense that the world should be a better place if we affirmed our relationships and our well-being and our physical and material needs. And so when injustice comes up, I feel that injustice when someone gets bullied because they're a minority, or when they throw their weight around because they're a majority. I think those issues, I'm inspired to act in those cases because of my faith.
I thought the Art for Action actually is a brilliant idea, because we worked in developing countries for 12 years, and we worked with people who have malaria. We were trying to prevent malaria, treat people out in villages that have malaria. And with the Scouts, our particular responsibility is for global awareness, and we thought the Art for Action is a brilliant way of raising awareness, particularly amongst young people.